Hi, this is Gritty and Green, a podcast for truly urban gardening, and I'm your host and friendly neighborhood master gardener, Meredith Nutting. This week, we're continuing our special mini-series exploring community gardens around the city, led by the gardeners that work in them. Each garden is unique, and every gardener has a story. This week, we're in West Philadelphia, where for the past 20 years, a shade garden has provided an oasis and a gateway to the small urban farm nestled between row homes. Despite decades of being a community space serving both gardeners and neighbors alike, the 3 parcels of public urban garden is not protected. In theory, the land could be sold right under the garden beds to developers eager to build expensive homes on it. Unfortunately, this is how Philly and a lot of other cities lose their important community gardens. And this is why telling their stories is so important. This is We Are Seeds, Episode 2, Holly Street Neighbors Community Garden.
Hello.
Hi.
Meredith, I'll
Yeah.
be right there.
Okay, awesome. Is it this side or the other side?
This side.
This side? Okay, great.
I have to open it from this side.
Awesome. Thank you. This is so cute. Hi. I'm Meredith. Are you one of the gardeners that is...
I'm a Drexel volunteer. I was
Okay.
trying to pick up my ladder that they were using
Oh,
yesterday.
got it.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm busy on the phone and doing some other stuff while I'm here. Did you come to work on the roof?
I came to grab my ladder.
Oh, that's your ladder. Okay. Okay, good.
I was with Drexel Engineers Without Borders. I'm actually graduating this week, so.
Oh, cool.
I'm
Congratulations.
Formerly part of it. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, we installed a bunch of solar panels over here. That was, a trial and error process, but now it's all working.
It's working.
I'm gonna get out of your hair.
No problem.
If you ever need the big ladder again, just let me know. You
Okay. I can't handle that one. All right, Justin, have a good day.
Okay, so can you tell me your name and I don't know how many years you've been gardening?
Elizabeth Waring, and I've been a part of the garden ever since it started. It was established back in 2005 by Winnie Harris, who lived there. She was an acting director with UC Green. You familiar with UC Green? UC Green is an organization that plants trees in West and Southwest Philly. Planted a whole lot of trees. So that was for, I guess from, let's see, I'm going back, 2000, maybe like 7, something around there.
The letters UC Green?
University City. Winnie and I were very good friends, close, and whatever help I could offer when she needed it back then, I did. But we also had another garden around the corner on Powelton Avenue. So this one was a spin-off from that one, seeing that this lot was here and available. She just took it upon herself to not let it be a trashed lot, but to make it useful.
Is that garden on Powelton still there?
No, there's a house there.
Could you start by just giving me like a little tour around the garden?
Sure.
I'm like,
let me get this out of the way.
kind of
This
poking
is
my head and
bothering
I'm
me.
so
Okay.
curious.
Sure. So in starting it in 2005, the idea, these were trash-strewn lots. There's those 2 lots, which is the shade garden, which is open all the time to the public. And then this is, I call it the farm, which had to be enclosed.
We are located in the Powelton Village section of West Philly, and it is a community garden that sits on 3 parcels. And what I mean by parcels, meaning a house used to once sit here. The garden sits in a residential area, so we are surrounded by homes on each side of the street.
I live a block away, and I live on a small, tiny street that doesn't really have any street trees, so it's a very hot block. You cross over the street to this block of holly that has been intentionally planted with street trees, and it's instantly like 5 degrees cooler. And then you're walking along, and all of a sudden, between this lovely row of homes, there's a little open space that has just a lovely little garden. Leafy greens like hostas, Solomon seal, small trees, and an open courtyard area. And it kind of just draws you in because it's even more a relief from kind of the urbanity that we experience around here. And additionally, there's like seats and a bench, a place to sit down.
From the street, you would enter into a shade garden that is probably about 2 plots wide.
Oh my God, it's magical. I mean, it's just, I come here sometimes, I'm by myself and just meditate and relax and give thanks.
And then when you wander to the back, you see these kind of iron gates. And through there, you see what looks like a little micro farm.
And then you will walk through some metal gates into the farm garden.
We have about 20 raised beds.
The bigger beds with the more experienced people's stuff over here. Since their stuff is like super big and healthy looking, I noticed that immediately because you could tell they've been doing this a while. I look at that immediately and I go, wow, because it looks so colorful. And then some of the colored chairs over here, they're all a bunch of wacky colors. So I noticed them too.
We have a lot of benches in here. The benches are painted different colors, of teal, orange. We have purple and pink in here. We have lots of trees, so there's shade cover in here.
And we have a lot of trees. I don't know the names of the trees. We have a lot of trees that's very colorful in here. We have a lot of flower pots, so if somebody is overwhelmed to start a bed, you can start with the pot. You can grow a tomato plant. Tomato plants grow very well and they produce a lot of tomatoes very fast. I don't know if you're familiar with tomato plants.
On both sides, on 41st Street and Holly Street side, we actually have signage to invite volunteers to come in. It's a very quaint, private community garden. Like you wouldn't see us from the street. So you have to be invited in to know where we are.
Is this this kind of looks like the front because it has like the big
People
sign.
say that, but actually this is.
The shade garden.
I consider this the front because this has always been the main entrance. And this signage was put up, I guess going on 5 years ago by Tiny WPA. You familiar with them?
Yeah, I know Alex, yeah.
Okay, so Alex and the crew came in, and I've been in there working in there, taking a course too, even before they started the project. Good morning, Amua. How are you?
My name is Amua Ahonkai, and this is my second year gardening here. I hopped in a little mid-season last year, and so got a bit of a late start, and this is my first full season with the garden. Mine's a little chaotic, but I'm over here. So I have half is shared by a neighbor in that house actually, so this half is mine. The cool thing about this is that everything in here, I believe, beets. Everything in here was provided to me. So either through, we're part of the City Harvest program, which we have some seedlings from over there. So all of the greens came from the City Harvest, and then I did some seeds for beets and such, and that came from just the shared seeds that we have here. So the surprise to me when I gardened here, I just thought we were going to get a space, but I didn't realize that we had so many other resources too. You literally, people are here to give you the vegetable starts and the seeds and everything. So really, and this garden has no membership fee, so it's just zero barrier to entry to get started growing, so that's really nice. I grew up in Montgomery County, and I've been in this neighborhood since 2010. So I think I had a false start of wanting to join before, but not really being very serious. So this was my time to really get a plot and get to gardening. When you walk down Holly Street and then all of a sudden you encounter the shade garden, it's kind of just such a breather from that house. Holly's a very cute street. I think Miss Winnie helped to make sure that the trees were planted there and such. But so you just kind of walk a mile and you're like, oh, what is this? And I kind of wandered in, and on some days you'd see people working in the garden. And then a couple years ago, Miss Elizabeth got this big sign on this side too. So just kind of happening upon it is how I found out about it. Because I had a false start before, I was like, I'm just gonna be a volunteer or whatever I need to do. So originally, the beds were full, so they were gonna give me a container. And then something happened. I got half a plot, so I just jumped in. I grew up with parents who are fantastic gardeners. Actually, my dad grew up, I say, small-scale farming. My family's from West Africa, so this farming that he grew up doing is a little different from what we do here in terms of what they can grow in their growing seasons. But as a child, I was just disinterested, so I didn't pick up anything. We definitely had our vegetable garden in the backyard. We had our compost pile. I didn't want any part of it. Starting to garden allowed me to kind of reconnect to what they were doing as a child, and also gave me the opportunity to learn to grow some of the food that I grew up with that can grow in this country that is not readily available at supermarkets. So that's kind of cool. There's a company that's actually based out of Philadelphia called True Love Seeds. So they have the different collections of seeds from around the world, and they have a wonderful African diaspora collection. Philadelphia, we're lucky because it gets pretty hot and humid here. We don't have the amount of sun required to grow like, yam and things like that, but we can definitely do some of the West African plants. So. Mostly what I can grow are greens, like African greens, different varieties of like spinach that are a bit more heat tolerant that you can grow. And I successfully grew last year a melon that is very popular in Nigeria called egusi, and you use the seeds to make the dish. So you need a ton of melon to get enough seeds to make the dish, but I just want to see what it looked like to grow. I've only seen the product in the store, so kind of being able to grow that and see how it looks and see how it develops, and kind of was a bit more of a reconnection as well, so that was cool. Mm-hmm. My siblings kind of joke, because I'm just like, oh, I gotta go, like, where are you going, the garden? I'm like, yeah, actually, yes, that is where I'm going.
Your family, are they kind of like, you never wanted to learn how to do this before and now you're obsessed? They're just happy I'm here. They're just like, okay, that's lovely that you've learned that. So, and my mom actually comes and takes a lot of stuff from me. So she's like, oh, look at this lovely, oh, I'll take all of it. And she goes home with like bags of food. So it's lovely. Yeah. What are you going to put in when these guys are done? That's a good question. So we have some more seedlings from the City Harvest. I'm still deciding because these actually went a little longer than I thought they would because the weather's been so cool. So I'm going to put in some tomatoes, I'll do some bell peppers, and then I have some of those greens that I have, the West African greens, one called water leaf that I will probably put in here, a spinach called Lagos spinach. It's actually really cool. It's a really pretty, like it has purple in it, and its little flowers are purple too, which is actually, it could be both ornamental and edible. And I will probably add some marigolds around just to help to prevent with bugs. And then I have a bunch of flowers at home. I'm not sure where we're gonna put them. We might try and put them against the mural. I started some zinnia seeds. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think one big problem with gardening in Philly is even if you do have a backyard, and I have a relatively small backyard, it's obstructed by houses, by trees, and so it's not, even if you had a desire to grow, it's very difficult. You really have to be very clever. There's so many barriers to entry to get started. So spaces like this where we have essentially, you know, taken over the land that's not being used anyway, and it has access to sunlight, which is something that's a bit of a luxury living in a city like this. It physically gives us a space to be able to grow.
Space is always the issue. It's just like, what can you grow adequately in a space that's respectful of your neighbors, you know? That was my biggest challenge when I came here. I was like, what are you allowed to do? Like, are there things that you're not supposed to grow in a community garden, things that are more sprawling or whatever? Like, when things grow, is it going to shade out the next person's plot? It's just like things like that that were a question I had my first year. And the answer really was, grow what you want. Like, no one is that particular here. And if it's not working, you just can start over, take it out and try something else, you know? It kind of demystifies the food process a little bit. I think that because, like I said, I grew up being resistant to learning how to do anything. Sometimes you feel like, oh, the stuff that comes from the market, like, it's better because they have some magical system of cleaning or preparing it. I'm not gonna lie, taking home giant amounts of greens and washing them is quite a bit of work, but it's not mystical or magical. It's definitely very, very doable, and it makes you feel like less reliant on those things, you know, like when they have like little recalls for things or whatever, they're like, okay. Additionally, I literally don't have to buy any salad greens, right? Like, I just can come here and get everything I need. And also, I'm getting much more in my diet than I was before I started growing these. So we also plant really densely here. We plant like everything that they tell you to do. We don't do that. So I was like, okay, they're doing it, I'm doing it too. I have learned more about gardening here, but I think probably a secondary skill, which might even be more important, is the shared aspect. Originally I came in just thinking, okay, I'm just gonna have my little plot and do my own thing. But I kind of learned how to get on the schedule with everybody else and kind of like pitch in with everyone else, and the benefit of that, just the different effect that you can have when you do things communally. Like, if we were all doing this in our homes, this would be a different experience, right? So that the part of like kind of learning how to operate in a group as well, especially like, because I joined 2 years ago, and that was kind of like, you know, just post-COVID, where we were kind of pushed into little silos in ways, or into little bubbles. You know, we had that bubble time period, and then everyone's talking about community and such, but this is like getting a chance to really experience it at work. So we do have our individual plots. It's not like everything is shared, but people don't mind sharing, as long as you can harvest in a way that doesn't affect the plant. I think what I have learned here is that community gardening isn't really one thing. I think the nice thing about joining here is that I was able to participate in an orientation with the Neighborhood Garden Trust. And it was really in-depth and really good, and kind of helped to like level set about what the expectations are, and, you know, everybody's garden is different. But literally it's just a space where people come and garden who don't live in the garden space. Like, some of them are more like for neighbors only, some of them have geographic restrictions, some of them have more, everything is mutual. So like, there's no individual plot. Some of them have different type of events. And so I think that what I've learned is that there really is no blueprint for how you do it. It's really like, you can make it how you want to make it. And it's not like one unique, specialized experience. There's a lot of room for being dynamic. And there's a lot of different options and different styles of gardens that you can join. So there's a lot of opportunities. Michelle's here. I'm gonna let her in. Good morning.
Happy Monday. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to Holly Street.
This is Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. I'm Meredith.
My name is Michelle Schofield, and I've been intentionally gardening here for the last year. But I've been a part of this garden for maybe about 10 years. I got recruited by Winnie to be a tree tender. When Winnie would recruit, she recruited for whatever she needed. So she was good at recruiting and delegating. And so whether it was tree tenders, so the tree tenders would launch from here sometimes, or from her office down the street, which is UC Green. If she needed help cleaning up the garden, she would ask volunteers for that. She needed help harvesting in the fall, which was a big cleanup before winter time. And then when you would come, you would actually get to take home some of the harvest. So who wouldn't sign up for that and get free food? So that's how I got introduced to the garden. So I started here in Philadelphia, and now I live in Upper Darby, Delaware County.
Is this your home?
Yes, this is my whole bed. So I'm using a square method. And the square method gardening allows you to utilize your space more effectively. So my bed is 4 by 8. So I have 32 squares, and in each square, I'm growing something differently. From the top, I have oregano, I have nasturtiums, and so I planted nasturtiums so that I can have edible flowers to eat, but they also help with pest control. I have kale, and this is called Black Magic kale. I have flat parsley, I'm sorry. So this is flat parsley. I have some violas in here. I did have spinach, but I've already harvested those out. And then it was bok choy down in here. And then there's a lot of lettuce over there, lettuce variety, my collard greens, chives, and of course the flowers are on the side to help be beneficial for the warm crops. Like I have zucchini and tomatoes growing, so pretty soon they're going to need the pollinators to pollinate their flowers, and so you should just always grow flowers along with your vegetables. The sage and the chives and the lavender actually were planted last year, and they're hardy because it survived the winter and it's still giving come 2025.
Where did you learn to garden?
YouTube. So I've mastered it, or becoming more proficient. I shouldn't say master, but I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I specifically follow gardeners who are in our zone, because I realized at first I was watching everybody, and then I said, oh, we're in different growing zones, so we're growing things at different times. So now I've learned that we're in growing zone 7B, so I watch people who are in 7A and 7B.
Is this your first year gardening like this?
Second year.
Did it work out last year?
Yes.
Well? I mean,
Yes.
it looks great.
Yes.
Seems like a really good method for small spaces.
Yes, it is, and just wanting to learn how to work smarter, not harder. And what I mean by that is that because of the intense gardening plan, like when it was a lot of lettuce, more lettuce here, as you see, I don't really have a lot of weeds. So when you got crop just covering the soil, you won't have a lot of weeds in your garden, versus if I've only planted like 6 items in here. And this is a lot of space too. So a 4 by 8 bed is a lot of space.
So this all looks great, but have you had any challenges or failures?
Absolutely.
Okay, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Absolutely, I've sat here and cried. So I actually identify as an icky girl gardener. That's how I describe myself. And what that means is that at first I did not like bugs. So I would, and that's why like I would come in here and plant something, but then I wouldn't come in here and maintain it, because then once it got bigger and bugs was crawling on it, I was like, oh, I'm not touching that again. So I have since graduated, elevated, and grown to understand how this whole ecosystem works. Anytime you plant food, the bugs are going to come. Last year, I gained a better understanding as to why gardeners use herbicide. Because you have to sometimes, whether it's organic or, whether they're using whatever they use. I think the bigger your space is and the more you have in it, you have to be really intentional about keeping and protecting our food, because as the consumer, we want to eat it and we don't want it to have bugs in it. One of my stories last year that actually made me cry was I had planted squash in the spring. During the cooler months, I come in like once a week because I'm relying on the rain to do this thing. When it starts to get warmer, we'll come in a little bit more. So it got to be probably like July, and I noticed that my leaves were starting to brown. And I said, well, why is the squash leaves brown? Squash leaves are big, like lily pads, and they're just big. And they started turning brown, and I didn't know why they were turning brown. I was like, we're not overwatering, this is an organic garden. We're not putting any poison or bad stuff in the garden, so why is this happening? And then eventually I came in and all the leaves was limp. And I think it went dead within 3 days. When I took a closer look, the stems at the bottom was all chewed up. I cried because I was really looking forward to squash, to having squash. I love squash. And they took it out and I was so upset. So I'm going to wait until I've learned that it's better to do it later in the year so I can plant again in August for a fall harvest.
Okay, we talked about the challenges with the pests. What is the best thing about being a gardener here?
Free food. We do not pay for the seedlings. We have the support of PHS and Bartram Gardens. Thank you guys. Then the reward is being able to take it home and cook. So, being able to do that farm to table concept at my own home is good. And I've started composting so that I'm no longer just throwing my food scraps in the trash. I've also changed the way I cook and the meals I prepare at home. My children don't like it, but it's okay. I told them they'll understand when they get 40 and the doctor tells them that they're pre-diabetic. They'll understand. Most of the people that are here in this garden actually live in this neighborhood. So I think there's only I commute here, 1, 2, I think there's probably only 3 or 4 of us out the 15 of us that actually commute to the garden. Everyone else lives right here. So I think that's special.
So what brings you all the way back up here? Is it just
the garden?
The love of the garden?
Maintaining the garden. Gotta help Elizabeth maintain the garden. Yeah, so loyalty brings me back.
This is the 20th year for the garden. And the idea was to teach greening, preservation, build community, just the whole process of gathering people and have them get their gardening experience. If they didn't have, some already had some, but they were looking for a place to garden, so it worked out well. Winnie and quite a few neighbors got together. She started as a one-man project, but it grew.
What was she like?
Oh my gosh, an extremely organized person. A very detail-oriented person. So, and I didn't have a problem with that. When you have a friend that's like that, you know what to do. She decorated the garden the way she did her household, say the way she dressed. Everything had to be coordinated, and she looked at me. She did everybody. She checked you out when you first come. But she was one of the go-go girls, always on the go. It's hard to talk about it. They broke into her house through the bedroom window. Now the intent was to go to that house, but coming off through the back, they counted off wrong, obviously. And that morning we were supposed to go to a community, the first Thursday meeting, and it was unusual that she didn't show up for the meeting and didn't call me back. I came down and I had the key for her door, but I couldn't get in. Then the police came and they went through the back, came to the back and went in. And that's when they found her. So she was killed in the middle of the night. There were a group of us. We just didn't, I mean, how do you react? It's like, I have a sick sister. It's all a dream. This didn't really happen. And then the big thing is who did it and why. So our first thought, because she was being harassed by developers for this lot, these lots, and she was already meeting with Janie Blackwell, Councilwoman Blackwell at the time, with NGT to secure the lot. So my thought is, did they want the lot so badly that they had to kill her? Because they just didn't know what happened. And then it took a while. It took a few months before the murderers started having conflict with each other. And it slowly came out that way, but that just breaks my heart to think of it.
Is it a comfort to come here? Is it?
It is.
Healing?
It is healing. I would, like to do whatever it takes to keep this space in honor of her. Make it a Winnie Memorial Garden. Just have to keep that memory, that legacy going, because she had a vision that was bigger than just this garden.
There's a mural of Winnie, our founder, in the garden.
So it's like a nice mural dedicated to her, like as soon as you walk in.
It shows her down on the ground picking what looks like some zucchini.
She had these Gigunda zucchinis. Rebecca Rose is the artist's name. And this was through, I think, PEN, People's Emergency Center group there, and somebody else. She did a good job. There were volunteers that came in, and there was a couple of my grands came in and helped her get started.
It adds like pops of yellows and oranges and blues, and painted some of the benches and chairs that have some of the same colors. So it's pretty vibrant in here, I'd say.
She was very focused on keeping this community clean, healthy. She always liked to keep the youth involved. So she would get, one of the gardeners that's here, she's been here since she was 14 years old. Some of the guys that come in and volunteer to help us maintenance, they started with her in her youth camp. So she was very intentional about keeping this neighborhood beautiful and healthy.
Do you think that this garden has still maintained that?
I think we definitely have maintained what she started as far as her vision and the integrity of the garden, yes.
Just to keep it going and make it intergenerational. Inner ethnicities, we have all ethnicities, young, old, so we cater to everybody. So we're waiting for Yolanda to come. Okay. She lives down the street. She is a special needs person that works well in here. She just has to have somebody to work with. I used to give her greens, so during COVID, I would deliver food, pick up food and deliver to a lot of people. And her and the people in her building was on my list, got on my list by way of her. But she would always want to know, because I would give her stuff from the garden. Always, do you have any greens, Miss Elizabeth? What do you have? You have greens? So I decided last year, you're gonna grow your own. And this is her bed, and she harvested, so it looks naked now because she harvested on Thursday. A lot of things, like the bed over there that's pushing up and the one on the end, that's how her bed looked on Thursday. So you gotta clean it out and get it ready for new vegetables.
My name is Yolanda Gubbins. I've been coming here about 2 or 3 years. I'm just a beginner, I'm learning. One day I was coming by here and I met Miss Elizabeth. We've been friends ever since. And then she asked me about gardening. That's how I got into it. I know it's a lot to learn. I'm getting young, I'm learning, it takes time. I'm a beginner at this. People have been doing this for years.
Which plot is yours?
Right here.
Okay, what are you growing this year?
I was growing broccoli, some lettuce, some kale, mixed kale and collard greens and scallions.
And what are you going to plant once your cold stuff is gone? Once the lettuce?
I was thinking about making some tomatoes and potatoes. So people can't afford fruits and vegetables the way prices are in the supermarket. They're outrageous.
Yeah, has growing your own food been able to help subsidize that a little bit?
Yes. Because food is so high. And you get to save money on vegetables, you get to grow, you get to learn. It's interesting, something to do. You get to learn things and meet different people. I met a lot of people when I come here.
Is it stressful to learn, or is it kind of calm? I mean, you get to be outdoors.
I learn as I go along. Mr. Elizabeth, look what I got on.
Need some gloves.
I bought some of these at the dollar store.
I
I'm
like
trying to
'em.
have these with me while I'm working. It'd be better.
But turn them over the other way.
The other side?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, this side?
Yep.
Okay, that's how you have them.
Good grippers.
Yeah. They got the ones with the rubber.
Uh-huh.
Are they better?
For some things. Yeah.
I guess it depends on what you're doing.
Right.
I'm just taking a natural shot.
I know, I'm just playing. I know.
All right, you want to put the thumbs up? Go ahead.
You're good at taking pictures. You're welcome. Okay, Mr. Elizabeth, you want me to do anything today, or that's it?
We have plants.
Okay.
New plants on the bench.
Okay, do you have okra?
Yes. You want to look at it, they're labeled.
I see them. How many do you want me to take?
2.
Okay.
Because you're going to plant some more things, and you don't want to take up all your space with the
You
okra.
want me to do it in here?
Yep.
Okay.
So, and there's 2 different types. So it's this one, and this one is the red one.
Red okra?
Red's, yeah, it's going to be red.
Okay. Oh. You want me to take 2 of each?
No.
No, that's something else. That's what
This is cucumber.
I'm gonna go cucumber too. I can't do it.
Sure you can.
Okay, I'll just go a little bit at a time.
Sure you can. Just put 1 cucumber plant in there because it's going to run and it's going to take up a lot of space.
Okay, cucumbers.
Right there, where you got the...
Right here?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Want me to just take 2 or 1?
Take 1.
Okay, no problem. Because I gotta try to make room.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Can you tell me your name and how long you've been gardening here?
Yes, I'm Angela Walker, and I think it's going on 3 years maybe, and I love it. I was in Mount Airy, and there you see all the gardens and, everything, but, I never participated. My neighbor, who actually had me to move into the area, she had found some place because I was looking, and she introduced me immediately to Miss Elizabeth, and fell in love with her. I love her, and, just started growing. She invited me in and took me in, and become good friends. I consider her a good friend. The favorite thing to grow, what grows best for me, believe it or not, is parsley. And that's not something I eat or use that much, But the scallions I love. And I want to start with a garlic. And I said, next time I'm just going to do maybe 2 things. And I've always wanted to do asparagus, but I hear that takes so long. But I'm determined to start growing asparagus. So I'm learning. I've got a ways to go, but I'm devoted now. I'm a devotee.
All of these gardens look really good.
I'm telling you, and it's not that it's effortless, but it seems to be. The care takes work. You have to have the energy for that, that's for sure. Last year, I didn't work as much as I did in the garden. I'm a massage therapist, and I'm also 72 years old. So I was having difficulty getting up and, just the strength to come in and garden because it's work. It's not easy, and I don't know how Miss Elizabeth keeps it going because it's a lot, and she does a lot. So that was a challenge for me, but now I'm back because I really am very cautious about the food that I put into my body. And in order to do the work that I do, I have to be. So I'm back in action.
Hey, Michaela. Are you up and out? In your garden, you have stuff that needs to be harvested. So come in unless you want me to pick it and help myself eating and giving away. But I think your mother would like some of the veggies and your aunt.
My name's Michaela, or Mac for short. I've been here for about like a year.
What are you picking now?
These are my collards.
They're nice and big.
Aren't they? My mom loves when I bring collards home so she can cook them like immediately. When I was really, really young, I first came to this garden with a neighbor, and my neighbor's kid, who I'm now like best friends with. And we came here to just help out one day. And then one day I just decided to, I don't know what prompted me to come back. I think I was just like really into like gardening TikTok. I was like, I could do that too. So I came in here and just, decided to try it. I started off with like seedlings. Because at first I didn't want to, do too much at first. So I started off with just like seedlings. Planted them in, just watered them, came back occasionally. And for the work days, there would be like 2 work days a month. I would listen to the tutorials and whatnot. Miss Liz also gave us like YouTube videos on how to do certain things like weeding. Yeah, and I just like learned it over time. So I just listened to what Miss Liz had to say because she usually knew best. Oh, a bee. I just planted stuff that I knew I would eat at first. Like bok choy is one of my favorite vegetables. So I was like, I'll just plant some bok choy because I'd eat it. I don't know.
Great.
And then collards, I planted collards because I figured my mom would like them. And I hear things taste better when you grow it yourself. So I figured my mom would really like if I brought home some homegrown collards. Sometimes it's a lot of work and it gets overwhelming with like maintenance, Maintenance is like one of the most important things about the garden, like making sure your soil's nice, weeding, pruning when I'm making my tomatoes. I'm a college student and I also have to work. Oh wait.
What's that?
This is my purple radish.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think it would grow. This is my like 4th attempt at growing purple radish, so I'm surprised it came out this time. I've never had purple radish before, but yeah, it actually grew this time. I was gonna pickle it. That's how expensive everything is now. Like a lot of places, they don't just let people exist. Like they want you to like pay for everything. Like I feel like free spaces for people to just like hang out are like very few and far in between. Especially places that are like good for like health and stuff. Because a garden isn't like just community, it's also like good for people who want to like have like cleaner eating. Because our seedlings are organic, so it's definitely better for people who want to live like a healthier lifestyle, and it's better for like common interests. It's easier to meet people who you'd get along with since you know that at the very least you have gardening in common. If nothing else, Community is one of the best parts. A lot of people in the garden, like this isn't their first garden, or their only garden. Some people, they volunteer at multiple gardens. So they were definitely helpful with, honestly, not even just planting. Some of them were helpful with like if you're at the garden for a long time, they'll give you a ride if you don't have a ride home. One of the first gardeners, other than Miss Liz, that I was interacting with was Leah.
So my name is Leah and I've been gardening here since 2021. I actually found out through Michelle. She is a gardener in this bed. She was my hairstylist, and one day I was waiting to get my hair done and she was like, "Do you want to garden?" And I was like, "Sure," because I love plants. I've always loved plants. So I came around, I met Miss Elizabeth. She was very serious. She said, "Listen, if you're gonna be in, you gotta be all in." I said, "You don't know me, I'm all in." It just went from there. I just started volunteering my time and, just started being here more and getting more involved with different, programs around gardening, just so I would be able to educate myself more. So I didn't directly grow up gardening. My grandmother, my mother, my aunts, I grew up in Saluda, South Carolina. So we had farmland down there. So I would see them do things. However, I would only be the one to harvest stuff. I wouldn't actually be part of the, seed to soil process or anything like that. But being around it, it just always was something that I loved. So this bed actually, I'm very organized. If you can see, I already do the square foot gardening. That's the method I've always stuck with. But because the bed has been so overgrown and I'm grateful for it, you can't really tell. In this section right here, I have cucumbers growing. Then we have some lettuce, and then we go into kale and more romaine lettuce. In the middle of the bed, I have zinnias, and I have some other amaranth flowers. This year I decided to do more flowers and just try to keep it limited on vegetables because I'm not able to get here as much. I learned this method. I went to Longwood Gardens. I love going there. They actually have a food garden. And in one of their spaces in a food garden, it was done in square foot. So I was like, I like that. And I like how organized it was. So I decided I'm gonna try it in my bed. And I've been rocking with it ever since. I enjoy it, I like it. My biggest challenge is just this season, I will say, is being consistent. I've been traveling. I was actually in Cuba at a farming program. It was Saroa, Cuba. So we stayed in Havana, and then we went to different farms within the vicinity of Cuba, but the main part that we were in was called Saroa. It's in the mountains of Cuba, and it's very, very, very beautiful. Different, very different. I will say I'm very grateful for everything that we have here because it was work. It was a lot of work. You're not gonna get electrical tools. Everything is hand labor. So it was wonderful though. I'm grateful I got that experience. I'm off today, so I was like, I gotta come down here this morning and see what's going on because I haven't been here. But yeah.
Are you pleasantly surprised, or?
I am, because my fiance was here last week and he harvested a bunch of stuff. And then I come back and it's a whole bunch more. So I'm happy though, I'm grateful.
What's the best thing about gardening here?
The peacefulness. It's just a very peaceful environment. It calms you. Everyone here is so nice and friendly, and we just all work together. So I would say the peacefulness, the other gardeners, and just the space in itself, it just has great energy. When I come in, I love to open that gate because people will walk by and they'll look in and they're like, what is this? Because they're not used to seeing this space in the middle of the neighborhood. Even if you just come in and you were walking by and you just come in, and a lot of times we'll invite people in hey, come take a tour, come sit down. Even just 5 to 10 minutes of just sitting down in here will ground you. You could be going through a whole mess of things and then you walk into the garden space and it's just peaceful and you hear the birds and you're just I feel like I'm in a different space. So it is beneficial for us to have this space, so when they come by, they'll reap those benefits because it'll transform you just in 5 to 10 minutes. And then you'll walk away and you'll be like, I feel lighter, I feel better. It just has that effect. Yeah, I'll show you my bed.
Can you tell me your name and how long you've been gardening?
My name is Fatima Sila, and I've been gardening. So officially, I think this is my 3rd year. But I used to garden when I was younger. My grandmother actually is Miss Elizabeth. So yeah, we used to come over her house and she used to have us like picking weeds off the little cracks of the garden. And I do remember one summer we were eating watermelon off the porch, and we were just spitting our seeds over the porch, the railing, and she had like a bed in front of the house. And then one year it's like all these vines popped up. Like a month later, we had like maybe like 15 watermelons, huge watermelons, and that was exciting. The thing is, I remember coming here for the events, but I don't remember gardening. Maybe I did like, you know, help out, but I don't remember actually like gardening. I was just excited to have grow my own like vegetables and like herbs, and just, you know, make my meals with them, see the process. I think it's very exciting to start something as a seed or a little seedling and then keep up with it, water it, pick it, check on it. Like it's, you know, a little pet that you have, like something exciting to have. So yeah, that's what I started with. So this is my box. Mustard greens. These are peppers. The peppers did not start sprouting yet. Peppers. These are my herbs. So there's basil and parsley right here. Lettuce, broccoli. Hey. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Oh, your bed is beautiful.
How are you doing? Oh my God. I just was here a week ago.
Oh, you have some nice kale.
So I really was just here. We just harvested a bunch of stuff.
Cause it's been raining, like the rain.
I feel like I haven't seen you in a month.
I keep missing you. My greens are ready. I planned last year, which I'm gonna do this year. I wanna do a bunch of herbs and then utilize my air fryer and like dry them. And then, you know, make little seasonings with my little herbs or whatever and add, you know, different things. And then, I don't know, try new recipes. Since I'm growing it myself, you know, look up different things to cook with my produce. I think the best thing is actually watching your plant grow and, you know, just checking on it and you're saying like 1 week it's this, and then you come back and you're thinking, oh, I'm not gonna come back. You know, I'll wait. It's not gonna grow that fast. And I'm like, oh, it's not ready, but it just grows overnight. I think that's the most exciting part. You just take your pictures and you look like this was a week ago. So I think that's the most exciting part about it. I would say a challenge is like, you know, like we want to have an event and snacks. We pay for the event, we pay for the snacks or little things, you know, you contribute. So I think more financial support would be nice.
What kind of, you talked about coming here as a kid for events. Do you remember them?
I remember the tea party. So every year they have like a Mother's Day tea party.
There's a Mother's Day brunch that happens every year that kind of honors the legacy of Miss Winnie, who started the garden.
So the Mother's Day came from our visit to Paris.
Je passe toutes les nuits à marcher.
And we liked the way they sat and sipped tea and the cookies, you know, the biscuits. Also, all the buildings, most of them have gardens and window boxes. So we call it the Mother's Day Déjeuner. It's a Paris theme. So we have croissants with shrimp salad or chicken salad or tuna salad. We had macaroons. We had, well, this is something that Winnie started and I just put a different twist on it. Ginger lemonade, so we always serve a ginger drink in here of some kind.
And that's when she started adding more flowers to the garden.
Everyone's supposed to wear a hat, so it's really cute. I didn't have a hat, so I had to borrow a hat from a different gardener.
She always used china, no plastic. And we'd have to wash up all these dishes, bring them all out, wash them at the end. So it took us probably a good 2 hours to clean up afterwards, just the dishes, wash everything and put them away.
I remember having to clean up and like get ready for it, and then when the event happened, like afterwards help like break down, clean up, put stuff in the car. But I don't remember actually attending the event, but I wasn't a mother, so.
This year was like a perfect day. So it was lovely. People brought food and kind of hung out, and people just kind of meandered around and were asking about the plants and such, and it was lovely.
It was nice. You get to meet all different kinds of mothers. Some of the people I already knew, but different people come. It was nice.
The first time you can come as a guest of a gardener. If you come back the next year, you're not a guest. You're one of the crew, and you may invite a guest. But it keeps us meeting new people and keep it growing and changing. And I love the diversity. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to say about the garden, about green spaces, about the importance of community or anything?
It is so important to have green space. Grounding, people need to come out, take their shoes off, feet or your hands in the soil. Yes, that's necessary. Gardening is good therapy, working in the soil. It calms down a lot of emotions.
Oh, first of all, it brings us closer to nature, and then being here, it helps us to ground ourselves. We have to have it. It's just who we are and what we need to be doing. What better way to come together as a community than to garden and grow food?
I think that it's really important for us to know that we can grow things at home or, within where you live and eat from it and enjoy it.
When it starts changing, as long as we can preserve green space, plant in it, eat what's in it, I'd like to see that going. Instead of watching it on a video, things of the past.
People should join a garden at least once in their life, because a lot of community spaces are under attack, or if not under attack, they're not fully protected. So even if you don't like to garden, maybe getting involved in some of the hearings at City Hall.
Some people have centers or cafes or whatever. I think that this here is really a wonderful third place on our work days when the doors are open. People just stop in and say hello, they pitch, and even if they're not officially a gardener, they still come in, just hang out, because it's a place where you feel drawn to, you want to be, and you get to see your neighbors and you know people, so that when you're outside of here, you kind of have those relationships pre-formed.
It gives people that opportunity to know that I do have a space that I can go to and build community, grow, and get good organic food.
It's nice to feel good to be around other people, and it's good to get some fresh air.
Since this garden isn't quite protected yet, does that make you nervous at all?
No. Nope. Nope.
Why not?
Because we would fight for this space, and we've been fighting. So I think that's another spirit that we possess, is being able to fight for this land. It has been approached many times. It has been the conversation of many developers, and we're still here. So no, it does not make me nervous, because it's been fought for. So city council and previous mayors, they all know who this garden is. So when we start to push back, they're gonna say, oh, those are those people from Holly Street. Let's probably look somewhere else right now.
This is the year, okay? This is the year.
Those were the voices of the Holly Street Neighbors Community Garden in West Philadelphia. Thanks to gardeners Elizabeth, Amor, Michelle, Michaela, Yolanda, Angie, Fatima, and Leah. If you're interested in learning more about Holly Street Neighbors Community Garden, you can visit their website at hollystreetgarden.com. And if you're interested in learning more about the Neighborhood Gardens Trust, I did an episode of Gritty and Green with its executive director, Jenny Greenberg. I'll put a link to that episode and a link to the episode with Owen Taylor from True Love Seeds, where Amor gets seeds for her West African greens, in the show notes. Next week, we'll be visiting another garden in another part of Philadelphia as part of the Gritty and Green mini-series, We Are Seeds. Gritty and Green is presented by Green Philly in collaboration with Cool Goon Productions. It was written, edited, and produced by me, Meredith Nutting. Funding for this Gritting and Green miniseries of We Are Seeds is from the Independence Public Media Foundation Community Voices Fund. If you want to learn more about sustainable living, go to greenphl.com.